weeknights at 5.
Today on Animal Outtakes,
more people know about Donte's Den, and they know about the uniqueness of Donte's Den.
a year after opening its doors, we're taking a look at Donte's Den and how it's helping dogs on the Sun Coast.
We have very happy dogs here. Hello and thanks for joining us today on Animal Outtakes. I'm your host, Marcia Panucci, and today we're taking you to a place near and dear to my heart. Donte's Den is a haven for dogs, providing long-term care as well as adoptions from man's best friend. Come along as we take you inside the dens and show you what Donte's Den Foundation is all about. Donte's Den is a unique and innovative facility.
Donte's Den is not your ordinary dog shelter. Built on 50 acres of pristine countryside, Donte's Den is designed to be harmonious with its natural setting while serving its canine tenants. From its inception, Donte's Den has strived to be a continuation of home for the dogs who come here. While there is an adoption aspect, Donte's Den's first focus was on pet trusts.
The pet trust was developed for, actually, the main program was developed for Donte's Den, and it came out of a need. And that need was after my husband had passed away, what was I going to do with my boys? Because I have 3 boys, but now I have 3 more here at Donte's Den. Who's going to take care of my dogs? And quite frankly, I think Donte's Den does a great job.
The Loving Care Extended Stay Program will step in for short or long-term care when a dog's owner is ill or hospitalized and needs help. For members of the military, the Semper Paw program will give them peace of mind while serving our country overseas.
Semper Paw is a program that came out of watching soldiers having to walk away from their best friend. I've been involved in dog adoptions for many, many years, and unfortunately have seen the aftermath when a soldier has to give up their best friend. They go off and they're defending our peace and our well-being, and they have to give up their best friend. It just doesn't seem right. So I decided a long time ago that I was going to right that wrong, and so that's why we have the Semper Paw program. And it's very, very popular. It's not only near and dear to many people's hearts, but the soldiers certainly appreciate it, and the dogs have a great time.
While these programs are an important aspect of Donte's Den, adoption is a vital part of the mission.
Currently, we have about 38 dogs that are available for adoption.
These are dogs of all shapes and sizes, looking for a family to invite them into their hearts and their homes.
The adoption end of things is really fulfilling. You get to see the dog come in as a surrender, and then you'll never know when it gets adopted back out again. And when it does, it's really heartwarming. And we never just let the dogs go to just anybody. It's got to be a really, really perfect match.
Pat Chamberlain and her dog Kizzy are visiting Donte's Den today. But it wasn't so long ago that Kizzy was known by another name.
Kizzy came to Donte's Den as Olivia.
Yes, she did.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
And your daughter expressed a desire that she wanted to get you something special.
Pat had recently lost another dog, and her daughter Carrie knew that there was something missing in her mom's life. So she tried planting the idea of adopting from Donte's Den in her mom's head.
So she came to see you about this puppy. And of course, she fell in love with Olivia at the time and came home, told me about it. She was going to get it for her dad, like I said. And I kept telling her no. We had just lost a puppy. We don't want any more puppies. I mean, no, we don't want a dog at all.
I'd love to have $1 for every time somebody
I
says
know.
that to me, because I'd really be rich.
And so she brought the puppy home and gave her to her dad, and she stayed with him for one night. And then she followed me, and that was it. So she goes and visits him once in a while on the other side of the house, you know.
How has Kizzy changed your life at this point?
Well, you know, it got me off my fanny because I was, you know, television, reading. That was it. Now we walk around the block. Now we're out and about. So I've lost a little bit of weight because
Ooh,
she's made
okay.
me get up and move around. So, you know, it's just, I just love her to death.
Molly is another dog that found a great home after a relatively short stay at Donte's den. Do you remember the first time you met Molly?
I do.
Tell us about that.
Well, I walked in and I saw this little black and white dog sitting there, and I looked at her and she looked at me, and it was love at first sight for both of us, I think.
Ed Weiss adopted Molly in July of 2015, not long after Donte's den had officially opened its doors. Molly had been Susan's dog, but through a series of life changes, this once happy, social dog had found herself spending her days home alone. So you made one of the biggest decisions of your life.
I did. I found that I had to do something to get Molly into a better home. As much as it broke my heart, because I really loved her, I knew that she had to go somewhere.
Susan heard about Donte's den through her daughter and decided that this was her dog's best chance for finding a new home. And you told me, please find her a great home and let me know when she gets adopted. And I promised you that. And I also promised you that with your permission, I would allow the new owner to have conversations with you and communicate with you, because you had been with Molly for so long. And so perhaps maybe you could share that companionship. And you were all for that.
Oh, I was all for that. I was all for seeing Molly again with somebody else.
And since Ed adopted Molly, he and Susan have stayed in touch.
Most of the things we talked about are her diet, for one thing, trying to get her to eat things that are good for her and healthy. And she likes to scratch, and we're trying to get her to stop doing that. And probably has something to do with food, but we haven't quite figured out what yet. She's just a wonderful dog. I mean, she's got a wonderful disposition. You know, she's sweet as can be.
And would you agree that we have some very happy dogs here at Donte's Den?
You have some very, very happy dogs at Donte's Den.
What would you say was the single most moment or thought that stuck out in your mind that made Donte's Den so very special for you?
Oh my goodness, when I took a tour, my very first day out here, you took me on a tour and I saw the grounds and I saw how clean it was and how well kept and how joyful the dogs were. It doesn't compare to anything.
Still ahead on Animal Outtakes,
My wife has always said there's two things that will come to me, and that's dogs and babies.
we walk the grounds and get a look at Donte's Den from a volunteer's perspective. But first, Fido doesn't need another toot toy. He needs a pet truss. We're learning all about pet truss and what you can do now to plan for your dog's future.
For thousands of years, we've been humans' best friend. You've been through a lot, and we've been right there with you. A dog is part of the family, a confidant, and a friend who always knows how to get into your heart. So what happens to our beloved companions when we can no longer care for them? This is why we've created Donte's Den, an innovative, state-of-the-art facility that will provide care for up to 100 dogs.
Donte's Den is a community for joyful dogs.
Millions of Americans face uncertainty when planning for the future of beloved pets who may well outlive them. Donte's Den is a charitable organization, so in whatever capacity you can, please lend your support so that we may continue this most wonderful work.
Donte and I would like to thank you for watching and for also opening up your hearts. to our wonderful community of joyful dogs.
Learn about the many ways you could become involved by visiting DontesDen.org.
Hi, I'm Marcia Panucci, founder of the Dante's Den Foundation.
And I'm Ron Dixon, the executive director out at the Dens. Dante's Den has come a long way since its inception to where we are now.
We've helped hundreds of dogs since we've opened, but now we need your help.
We sure do, Marcia. Dante's Den needs great volunteers to help us feed, walk, and play with all of our furry friends.
So come on out and enjoy our 50 acres of beautiful countryside where you can also feed miniature Holstein cows.
And their babies.
And Hee-Haw.
The donkey.
And Buttercup.
A beautiful miniature horse.
If you would like to be a part of our joyful community of dogs, please visit DontesDen.org.
Or call us toll free at 844-DANTES-DEN. That's 844-366-8336.
Come on out today and see what makes us so special. One of the fundamental concepts at Dante's Den is the Forever Home Pet Trust program. For my husband Don and me, our dogs were our children. And when he passed away a few years ago, it became clear that I needed to make sure I had plans in place for our boys if anything were to happen to me. So along with establishing Dante's Den, I made sure to get a pet trust.
A pet trust is simply a property interest that a pet owner would establish for the care for their pets.
While many times this legal document is considered part of a will, Attorney Kevin Pillion points out it can come in handy during an owner's lifetime as well.
Most people focus on death, so that at that point the trust would form after they die. But what we fail to sometimes observe, that we may be involved in an accident or an illness while we're alive.
When a client comes to you and says, well, I want you to generate a pet trust for me, and I have 2 dogs, Mutt and Jeff, but I don't know that those dogs will be the ones that will outlive me, how do you handle future animals?
If you do a pet trust in 2016 and in 2022 you pick up another pet, the way we would draft that trust is that we would cover that pet as well.
So it's automatically,
Yep.
It's almost grandfathered in.
Exactly.
Okay.
When we have animals, we have a responsibility to them, to care for them, to feed them, to make sure that their welfare is looked out for.
Shannon Feinroth works with Kevin Pillion and is also mom to Junior, this gorgeous English Labrador. She adds that along with the pet trust, there are some other documents you should have that will make sure your pet is taken care of if you can't.
So what we've done at the law firm is we've created what we call a contingency plan.
The plan consists of 3 documents that will inform emergency responders that you have pets and how to manage them.
The very first one is called the Pet Alert Card. And you have a little version of it.
I have the little one.
Yep.
Yep.
And this is a large version of it. And it's just a little pet card that goes in my wallet and in my glove box. And it notifies any emergency personnel that I own animals and who to call to notify that they need to be fed or let out or somebody needs to come and care for them.
There's also a sticker that can be placed in your window at home to let first responders know that there are animals inside.
Because sometimes there might be an evacuation, there might be an emergency, there might be a fire. You might not even be home when that happens. And how will that emergency personnel know to go inside your house and to remove those animals?
And the final document is an advance directive for your pets.
And what this is, it's an extensive document that talks about the needs and the requirements for every single one of your pets. Who his veterinarian is, what his allergies are, who to call in the event of any type of emergency.
When you name a charitable organization like Dante's Den in your pet trust, there are 2 ways they can be utilized.
One is going to be the beneficiary, and that you'd be caring for the pet. And the other opportunity is that you could also be a caregiver. So they could name you as the caregiver for the pet. And as the caregiver, in the trust that we prepare, we would have a provision that you'd be paid certain monies because, as we know, the cost of caring for a dog, is, what I remember, is like at least $600 per year.
Pet trusts, yes or no? Are they for the rich or are they for everybody?
They're for everybody.
For more information on pet trusts, you can contact the Life Planning Law Firm. Just visit their website, lifelawfirm.com. Next on Animal Outtakes,
I never knew what unconditional love meant. And I love her from the bottom of my soul.
how the newest program at Donte's Den is helping more than just homeless pets.
For thousands of years, we've been humans' best friend. You've been through a lot, and we've been right there with you. A dog is part of the family, a confidant, and a friend who always knows how to get into your heart. So what happens to our beloved companions when we can no longer care for them? This is why we've created Donte's Den, an innovative, state-of-the-art facility that will provide care for up to 100 dogs.
Donte's Den is a community for joyful dogs.
Millions of Americans face uncertainty when planning for the future of beloved pets who may well outlive them. Donte's Den is a charitable organization, so in whatever capacity you can, please lend your support so that we may continue this most wonderful work.
Donte and I would like to thank you for watching and for also opening up your hearts to our wonderful community of joyful dogs.
Learn about the many ways you could become involved by visiting DontesDen.org.
Hey kids, come and learn baseball from the pros. The Bradenton Marauders are hosting baseball camp on June 27th, 28th, and 29th at McKechnie Field. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of hitting, pitching, and fielding from professional Marauders coaches and players at this state-of-the-art training facility. Your camp fee includes a t-shirt, lunch daily, and one ticket to the Marauders games on these nights. To sign up, visit mysuncoast.com by June 1st. Presented by ABC7, your Suncoast news station.
One of my personal favorite aspects about SWC Properties is how they recognize that all clients deserve the very best exposure for their home. Hi, I'm Kylie Eastman Riccardi. Having been born and raised in Sarasota, Bradenton, with my father being a local favorite periodontist and my husband a well-respected attorney, I take pride in representing my hometown with the highest degree of professionalism and expertise possible. It's simple. We just market your home better.
On Animal Outtakes, every week, it's a new animal adventure.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say.
Watch Animal Outtakes this weekend on ABC7.
This is Benson. He's one of the many dogs we have out here at Donte's Den. We enjoy taking for a walk, don't we?
Royce Overton has a way with dogs.
My wife has always said there's two things that will come to me, and that's dogs and babies.
His passion for the dogs at Donte's Den can be seen as he carries out his #1 priority, walking dogs.
And while people wonder whether there's value in that, it has given me a one-on-one opportunity with the dogs. It also gives me the opportunity to feel the love that they give back, and also I feel their love. And it didn't take very long before that I felt that reaction, and I wanted to be a part of that every day.
Royce only recently started volunteering at Donte's Den, but the more time he spent out here, the more he found himself wanting to come back.
I wanted to come out here in the beginning about a couple hours a day, and I found out that their reaction and my reaction to them, I enjoyed it so much that I found myself coming out here just about every day.
Right. Well, you definitely spoil them, and they need it. So, Royce, take us through a day for you out here when you're volunteering, and when you go for walks with the dogs. What does that entail?
Well, each day that I come out, I go through walking each dog individually. And we go for about a 15 or 20 minute walk, depending on the dogs. Some dogs, the larger dogs, need a little more walking than other dogs. And we bring them back and switch back up with another dog. Well, Benson is like all the other dogs out here. They just enjoy while walking along and sniffing. Most of them just enjoy getting into the bushes and getting into the grass and getting around the weeds and just sniffing and seeing things that they enjoy.
As Royce walks Benson, a massive Newfoundland, he shares with us his insights on the dogs at Donte's Den.
The kennels here are very nice. They're double-sized kennels, and all the dogs are happy. This is one of the nicest places that I have ever been and seen dogs. So when I put these dogs back up, I can let go of the leash and they'll walk right back to their den. And that makes me want to come back even more.
But it seems the work is never done.
Well, no, I feel like that once we completed walking the dogs, by the time we complete that, we can turn right back around and start walking them again. The dogs start barking every time I go back by because it's like me too, I want to go back again. And sometimes I feel bad about leaving because I know that they just love to get back out again.
Royce says walking dogs isn't for everyone. But that doesn't mean people should shy away from volunteering at the dens.
One of the things you realize out here is that sometimes the work with the other employees gets behind, and we find the opportunities that there are other things to do, and it makes it kind of nice that you're able to help out more than just the walking of the dogs.
Sure, yeah. So you got to be a little bit more flexible, but
yeah.
You're still helping.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's awesome
there are a lot of
feeling.
duties out here.
Yeah, there is.
And there's a lot of opportunities to help out. And so you're not just enjoying helping out the dogs, but you enjoy helping out Donte's den also.
For Royce, as much as he loves the dogs that are here, he's happy to see them go to their forever home.
And the best thing I like is when I see a car come down the road and I know that there's a chance that the dog that I just walked may be adopted, and then we can take care of another dog.
Donte's Den recently started a new program called Forever Friends.
If you're in a homeless situation and you're looking for housing, you're in between housing, you can't get housing because you have a pet at the moment, we'll take that pet in for up to 3 weeks until they can get everything sorted out.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Kathy Donovan was one of the first people to take part in this program. When she was hospitalized a few months ago, she didn't know what would happen to her dog, Daisy.
And then, so how did you hear about Donte's?
There was a lady that worked at the Resurrection House, and she was a higher up there. Her name was Becky, and she retired. But a week before she left, she contacted you.
That's right.
So, and that was a blessing.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I would have lost her.
Right.
Daisy had originally gone to another shelter that only would take care of her for a couple of days. With the Forever Friends program, dogs can stay at Donte's Den for several weeks, while their owners can focus on getting back on their feet and finding a place to stay.
How's your health been?
It's getting better. It's just going to take a while. But I feel pretty good.
Excellent.
Going to see Daisy.
Yeah.
It's been a while since Kathy last saw her beloved Daisy. And today, she's come out to Donte's Den for a visit. It's her first time ever seeing the campus.
Daisy, Daisy.
So this is the main campus here. So this is where all of our adoption dogs are held.
Wow.
And this is the hospital behind. And these are where we board all the dogs.
Wow.
As impressed as she was with the campus, there was really just one dog she had her heart set on seeing.
You ready?
Daisy, Daisy. Oh, Daisy, Daisy. Oh, Daisy the baby. Yes.
I think she remembers you. You think she remembers you?
Yes. I never knew what unconditional love meant. And I love her from the bottom of my soul. I've had her since she was 4 years old. I found her. She was out in the streets. And she kept coming over there, and everybody said, "Why do you want that dog?" They said she was ugly. I said, "No, she's not. I love her. She's everything. Everything. My whole family."
You know, you're the reason why we started this Forever Friends program out here at Donte's.
Yes.
For people that are in your situation that just need a little help getting your stuff together. Now that you've seen Donte's Den up close and personal, what do you think?
I am so awed. all these animals. And they are loved. I know they are. Daisy looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, what you've done.
Well, that's what we do. That's what we do. We enjoy it. So, and making the smile on your face is totally worth it.
The future looks good. I've got to keep happy, and I'd be happy with her.
We'll be right back. You can watch full episodes of Animal Outtakes by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just visit youtube.com/animalouttakes.
At ABC7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast.
Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
the all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. If you haven't been, come on out and see what you've been missing. The first Friday of every month, you can enjoy a free concert, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Catch up with friends, enjoy free activities for the kids, or make it date night. Whatever your pleasure, there's something for everyone at Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by these sponsors at ABC7. Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. The first case of a superbug that cannot be killed by an existing antibiotic has been discovered in the U.S.
It's already been identified in a few infections. Details coming up on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
Watching the tropics very carefully, and we'll let you know what the influence will be on our Monday morning weather.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Animal Outtakes is produced by Donte's Den Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to creating the best life for dogs. If you would like to learn more about Donte's Den, donate, or volunteer, visit our website, dontesden.org.
That's a wrap on our tour of Donte's Den, a community built with our four-legged friends in mind.
Bringing this amazing complex from a dream to reality was a labor of love. It's heartwarming to see how much we have accomplished in just the first year, and we're excited about what the future holds.
Join us again next week for another outstanding animal adventure.
See you then.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
It's our Best of Spring show. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we're taking a look back at some of our favorite moments from the past few months. We'll recap all the cuddly critters, reptiles, and birds. Plus, we'll take you along on our field trips. There's lots of laughing when we play games together. We'll showcase our favorite sounds of the Suncoast and feast with Suncoast food trucks with our Best of Spring show.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Introducing the all-new MySuncoast.com. MySuncoast.com has been completely redesigned and includes even more great content and features, including free self-serve classified ads, a robust community calendar with over 1,000 events each month, crisp live streaming of your Suncoast news and ABC7's local programming, and video on demand. A brand new experience on your desktop or mobile device. The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
And ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
Gas prices are on the rise again, so before you fill up, go to mysuncoast.com for a list of the Suncoast's cheapest gas. ABC 7's Pump Patrol, just another way we're here for you. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for